some good fork. On a full moon, got my crystals popping. Tanzanite, malachite, tiger's eye. Chest piece, old Egyptian lapis. Feel protected, let it activate my third eye. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Custom made kimono gifted from my Empress Kim. So gifted, I feel lifted. Such a goddess with a gem. Hella passion, only magic. I found God inside my womb. My cycle's been in tune with the moon. Working on my chakras, I'm expressing my truths. And I'm truly in my power. You hear God in the booth. Crazy when you hear me, you feel high when you listen. Especially because I'm Lizzie Jeff, the vibe is just different. Watch me.
Wake Up CEO, it is your host, Rachel L. Gary, and this is the Power Pack Wake Up Call to step into your full potential. My mission is simple here. Speak candid truth to empower your inner CEO. You know what, guys? That person is clearing your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. Guys, we're going to get locked in. So we're going to play one of the songs off of the Movement soundtrack. Guys, the Movement goes along with my third book that is coming out. Y'all get locked in, and we're going to play that. And first off, this is by, I want you guys to get locked in. This is by E.P.I.C, written by Rachel L. Gary. Y'all get locked in to Set Your Destination.
Hey, freedom ain't a place. It's a mindset shift. Are you ready? Let's move. I ain't tripping anymore. I'm directing the pace. Purpose in my chest, like the drums to the bass. Looking at my past, yeah, I'm cool with the grace. But the future got a throne and I'm stepping into space. I done followed every field, now I'm following the plan. GPS for the soul, that's the direction for every man. I used to think small, now I'm thinking like I can. Cause when you know where you're going, you don't settle where you stand. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible will ever watch the whole world rise. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible will ever watch the whole world rise. You ain't lost, you just need direction. A little truth, a little love, a little self-connection. Freedom starts when you face your reflection. Purpose walking with you like a holy intervention. The map ain't missing, you just wasn't listening. Your calling been calling, your soul been listening. Mind unlocked now, the chains are shifting in the life that you imagine, homie. That's just the beginning. The way out is for you, let the purpose lead. Let the fear fall back, let the soul take speed. GPS in your heart, that's the code that you need. Freedom ain't a wish, it's a mindset free. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible will ever watch the whole world rise. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible will ever watch the whole world rise. You gotta change your mindset. That's the key.
Early morning, time to rise, no sleep. Radio's humming with the funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune your awake, feel the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the windy city, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go some set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, now I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah, I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah, I made my way. Built my brand, now I paved my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you, boss up now, go get it all. Yeah, every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5.
All right, CEOs, we are now about to get into it. And today we're talking about discipline that pays. Guys, man, I know that there's been times where you're wondering why you can't get the results that you're looking for, or you have been constantly banging your head against the wall. Today we're about to dive into some discipline principles that are going to help you find success. And y'all know who I'm talking to out there, the CEO. That is who? You. Let's get into it. First, we're going to have a power statement of the day. Y'all know we're going to talk about what's going to empower us so we can get through these next hour and a half, where we're going to dive into discipline that pays. So the power statement of the day is your future is being built by the habits you repeat, on repeat, on repeat, and on repeat. So not the goals that you wrote down. So if you want to make the change, we have to change the habits of the things we do on an everyday basis. And we're going to dive into a couple of these disciplines that could start paying some bills. So personal discipline. We got 4 disciplines. I'm going to make sure we drop them all in the beginning. Personal discipline, financial discipline, business discipline, and leadership discipline. Because first, your personal has to be in order before you can lead any other facet of your life. So let's get into it. Keeping promises to yourself. When you say you're going to do something, show up and do it. That's the first thing, CEOs. If you don't show up for yourself on an everyday basis, you can't show up for your business. You can't show up for your money. You can't show up for your business. You cannot even be a leader because you have to first show up for you. So let's talk about how we show up. We're going to dive into that real quick. We got to manage our time. We got to manage our energy, and we got to manage our feelings. We got to get locked in to those things, because if we're not managing our time, our energy, or our feelings, that is constantly allowing our personal to be out of control. We're going to take a second, CEOs. Y'all know what I'm doing on Wake Up CEO. When we take a second, we pause for a second so we can let that sink in. Now, let's talk about the time. Time is the one commodity we can never get back. I can never get back time wasted, time spent. We can never get that time back. But we also have to think about time. The time that we use, who we use it with, and why we're using it with those people. One more time. I want y'all to get locked into that. You have to lock in with, if the person that you're spending your time with, are they worth the time? Would you give, this is how I see it, guys. Would you give that person $1 million? I'll wait on it. If the person that you're talking to, would you give them $1 million? Because if you would give them $1 million, that is locked up to your time. Your time, as the world says, time is money. But to me, time is not money. Time is more valuable than money. So if you are willing to give somebody $1 million, that's your time. So if a situation isn't worth $1 million, why do you give it your time? We got to dive into that, because if we're not managing that, we're sifting dollars every day. Every person, every activity, every engagement, anytime we're out somewhere. How you make a difference in your time is you think about time in the respect of money. Is this conversation worth my money? Is this event worth my money? I paid $40 to get in, but I spent 2 hours in here. If I'm a person who has $1 million idea, and I'm losing 2 of those hours to an event that is not worth $1 million, then I'm giving millions of dollars of time to an endeavor that isn't worth it. Get locked into it, CEOs, because when you manage your time, it plays into how you utilize your energy, which was the second thing we talked about. Managing your energy. And your energy isn't just conversation, it's the essence of you. What are you putting energy into? Who you putting energy into? Thank you, Tracy, for jumping in. Guys, get locked in with Tracy. She said you stepping heavy. Drop your business down there for me, Tracy. Because at the end of the day, the energy that you put into the world comes back. I want y'all to be with me, CEOs. If the energy you put into the world comes back to you, should we be taking time to watch the energy we put in the world? Because I'm just guys, hey, I'm only speaking from the things that we have heard about life. So if the energy I put out there come back my way, if I put negativity out there and that negativity comes back my way, why am I shocked? Why do I allow it to now upset me? So you have to watch who you spend your time with and how you utilize your energy. We're going to get locked into that. All right, we got Amina Salah Baker in the house. Come on now, drop your business down there for me. She said, let's go. You speaking. Because I want to make sure that we're not wasting time and expending energy. All of that is money, CEOs. So this is why we're talking about the discipline that pays, because we got to switch the way we're thinking about the things we do on an everyday basis. So let's get to this point. Doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. How many times you get up and like, man, I just don't feel like it today? How many times you say that? Man, I'm not feeling up to it. So now your feelings are ciphering your money. So you got time that you're giving your money away, energy that you're giving, you're expelling from you, and your feelings are blocking your money. CEOs, I'm just trying to figure out, are we trying to get to the money or not? And if we're trying to get to the money, we have to manage our time, manage the energy, and we got to stop doing things because we don't feel like it, and we have to always feel like winning. We got Dr. Carolyn Stevens in the building. Hey, Dr. C. She says, hey, coach, that is my mentor. Y'all get locked in and get ready because BHC Media is going to be dropping some information out there for you guys in the next month. We are looking for podcasters of positivity, positive energy, people who are, if you have a ministry, if you have a business, if you are a coach, if you are an individual who brings growth, looking to grow, DM me, myself or Carolyn Stevens, and we will set up a meeting for you to apply for the BHC network that is on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, wherever you want to see us, you will be able to get locked in and also get locked into an audience that you've never tapped into before. So stay locked in with BHC Media. We're coming up real soon. Get ready. But I just want to make sure that we get back into the personal, the discipline. We got to get disciplined with ourselves. See, y'all know I don't be talking to nobody else. And this is not to say that you're wasting all your time, but I want to make sure you're cognizant of what time is. Time is currency, energy is currency, and your feelings are crushing your currency. But you know, I got a friend who says I don't have any feelings and I don't do the right thing with my feelings. So it's always funny. It's always funny. But I'm going to tell you, whenever my feelings are involved, my money is being ciphered. When my feelings are not involved, I'm making more money. It's always been the case. So talk about you are correct. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, I can't wait. Get locked in. Me, Tracy, get locked in. We can have a conversation later on today. I'll go ahead and send you my number. If you guys, as I said, I want us to speak our truth. Man, Wake Up CEO is all about being honest with you. So drop it in the comments for me. What is the last thing you wasted your time on? Drop it down there. What's the last thing you wasted your time on? Something that you wouldn't give $1 million to. I'll wait on it. Because once you start having those kind of thoughts. When you put the thought first, if you are looking to build your business, your brand, your endeavor, your career, you have to figure out what is stopping those things from working in your favor. So drop down there. Where is the last time you wasted your time? What is the last thing you did that wasted time? Now, for me, I don't have things that waste my time. Things don't waste my time. If I was spending time or spending conversations with you, I don't feel like the time is wasted because I don't waste my time. That's what I'm trying to get to. I don't waste my time. It's just not a thing. If I'm pouring time into you, that means that I know there's some return that can come from it. Drop that down there. Drop that down there. Talking to an ex-partner, I shouldn't have engaged in conversation. Now, at this point, that's in hindsight. So what would you do moving forward to make sure you don't waste your time again on a conversation with an individual? Yeah, we're going to say CEOs, I want to make you think, because when we're thinking, so we said, what? Okay. So yeah, y'all got, so expound a little bit on that. Break that down. Good afternoon, Aaliyah. Guys, get locked in. Leah Kelly will be right here on Wake Up CEO in the upcoming month of July with her new part of the new book that's coming out, or has already come out. I might be incorrect, guys. I think it's already out. I Am a Black Woman. Y'all get locked in. Leah Kelly is one of the authors. She is also a coach. Guys, I want you guys to get locked in because next in July, we are going to be coming with fire. Because we not only on Wake Up CEO talking about waking up your leadership, we're waking up your spirit. We want you to boss up and bossing up your finances. Because with my 3 co-hosts, we're having conversations that are real, authentic, and are ready to build the best version of you. We got to get locked in. All right, Amina says, because I'm wondering the return. What we wondering about? So you blocked to Tracy. So, and we got Unapologetic Noble in the building. If you guys are not already locked in with Noble, he is one of 3 people of the podcast, 3 Brothers No Filter. Guys, get locked in with Noble. You have Noble on there. You have Selah Brooks on there, and you have Life Coach Jeff. Guys, if you are not already locked in with the trio, get locked in. They really come raw with no filter. But great conversation, because no filter doesn't mean great conversation. It just means that we're not sugarcoating and watering it down. So y'all get locked in with their podcast as well. So Leah jumped in. Okay, Leah, that's what I'm talking about at the end of the day. Yes, I Am a Black Woman, the greatest within international. And it was put together by Dr. Carolyn Stevens. Guys, get locked in. The authors will be coming to Wake Up CEO. Get ready to ask your questions. Go out there and get your book, get your copy. Each time one of the authors come on here, be ready to buy a copy. Buy a copy for one of the authors, because they're not just telling a story. The story is all about making sure at the end of the day that you understand your story. That's what they put into that book. Y'all just got to get locked in. And Dr. Carolyn says, special thanks to Coach Rachel, award-winning author, as serves as one of our corporate sponsors for our I Am a Black Woman movement. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, I support excellence. I support greatness, and I support movements towards those things. So as we were talking about personal discipline, I want to make sure I leave you with this. Confidence grows when self-trust grows. So if you can't trust you, you can't grow anything else. So I want y'all to stay locked in, because we have to dive more into these other 3 disciplines so you can get locked in at the end of here, so you can get to the discipline that pays. So stay locked in right here on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio. Well, we already know what? It is more than radio. We are all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, hashtag Poverty Six Figures, they broke those mental chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50.
My soul into I'm not dressed in anymore. I know what to do. Now my steps feel true. Well, you know where you're going. What makes wrong?
No free, hard, steady, no stress. I designed this life, didn't settle for less. It's like quiet confident, nothing to prove. Have to freedom your mind, wear certain shoes is yours. This is being about a confusion, about a fear, about a settling, and moving with clarity, with empowerment, and ownership to the greatness that lies in you.
Guys, get locked in with that Mind on Free. That is that is a song off the track, The Movement. The Movement comes along with my third book that'll be out in December. With pre-order, you get a copy of that track. That track has 4 songs on it. Mind on Free, CEO of My Life, Freedom Has GPS, and Set Your Destination by award-winning artist E.P.I.C. Guys, at the end of the day, what are we looking to do? Be successful. What are we looking to do? Do it now. How are we looking to get to the road of free? One step at a time. And that book has a map on how to make it happen. The book itself is not the map. Let me explain. The book itself is how to set up your map to get to success. Because everything I do is about empowering the greatness that lies in you. Not the greatness that lies in me, the greatness that lies in you. I have the pleasure every week to come talk to CEOs. I have the pleasure every week to talk to some dynamic individuals. I have a pleasure every week to sit right here on Wake Up CEO and deliver a message of clarity, a message of empowerment, and a message of ownership. I'm going to do that without a shadow of a doubt. So let's get into discipline 2, financial discipline. So I want to make sure, let's recap. We talked about the discipline that pays. That's what we talk about, the 4 types of discipline that pays. That's what we're talking about right now. The first discipline was personal discipline. We talked about keeping promises to you, auditing your time, managing your energy, and getting feelings out of your money. We smack that straight out of your money. So we're talking about discipline number 2, financial discipline. Now, let's talk about how important your financial discipline is, CEOs. This is not about checking your budget. This is not about making sure you make your budget every month. This is about making sure you have enough income to live the life you deserve. And we're gonna jump into spending with intention. We're not tracking income and expenses. We're spending with intention. And we're investing in our growth. And then we're not just delaying gratification. We're putting things in place so we can make more money. But to make more money, you have to be a steward of the money you have. Yes, out there? Because are we a steward of the money we have? That's what we're going to start with financial discipline, being a steward of what we got. We want to be blessed with more, but we are not seriously, you said it on time for me, Leah. Leah said seriously. Are we seriously a steward of the money in our pockets today? Now, let's break it down what I mean by being a steward. I'm not saying, are you putting your 10%, giving your 10% to the church? Are you putting some in savings? What I'm asking you is, do you see money as energy? I want to pause. Do you see money as energy? Or do you see it as a way to pay bills? Do you see it as the tool it is, or do you visually, mentally, emotionally believe it's just to pay bills? Well, we'll raise our hands out here, guys, because I want us to be locked in, because we're utilizing money in the shape of paying bills, which means you're not thinking of how to build money and build things that pay your bills. I want y'all to hear me. We're not building things that pay our bills, and we're not successfully moving those things in place. I'm going to say what Myron Golden calls them is assets. And I'm a firm believer in it. I buy properties as assets. Properties are the assets that allow me to pay my bills. One more time, CEOs, I want y'all to hear what I said. I buy properties to pay my bills. Let me tell you what that affords. It affords me to make a decision on what type of employment I have, whether that's self-employment, another business's employment, if I want to work with a foundation, if I want to work with an organization, I can afford, I want to understand, afford to make a choice. I want y'all to get locked into that. Those, when you are being a steward of the energy and utilizing it to prepare assets that pay bills. How many times have you guys heard the statement I'm getting ready to make? The statement is, I go to work to pay the bills. Are you listening to the psychology you just said to yourself? I go to work to pay the bills. Not that I go to work to get the energy that allows me to buy the asset that'll pay my bills. Get with me, CEOs. I want y'all to be with me on this. Please share the live. Share the live to your timeline. Share the live to your groups that you're in. Because I want to make sure that everybody that's in your circle is getting this same energy. Because I want the energy in y'all pockets to start building you assets. And you look at it as a job as a investor in the future asset that pays your bills. Let me explain why that is important that you make that connection that way. Because if you don't connect the dots in that way, you're going to go to work forever to pay the bills. One more time, CEOs. You will go to work forever to pay the bills if you don't have a plan of the employer is my investor. I'm going to utilize the energy the employer invests in an asset that helps me pay the bills. Let me tell you how freeing that is. I want y'all to hear the freeing nature of that. As you buy an asset that pays the bills, you buy another asset that pays the next bill. You buy an asset that pays for your car note. You buy an asset that pays for your trip. I'm not talking about real estate assets only, CEOs. Let's be honest. I'm talking about stocks, bonds. I'm talking about books. Because authors tend to write a book and don't see that book as an asset, and they treat it like it's just a work of art that is supposed to lay on a wall. Authors, every author that's out there listening to me, as an author myself. Now, I want y'all to hear this from me. If you're not using that as a platform, my mentor talks about this a lot. Get locked in with Dr. Carolyn Stevens. As a platform, then you've wasted the words you put in on those pages. People should be buying a book, CEOs. And I say this in respect to everyone who does memoirs, everyone who does an autobiography of their lives. If your story in that book is not helping another individual, you just wrote words. Remember, I'm a coach. Keep this part in mind. I'm a leadership coach. I'm a strategist that works with entrepreneurs, helping them build and grow their business through guided understanding of their mindset. That's what I do. So my conversation today is not about the book. It's about you who wrote the book for purposes to get the words out of you, but not with the book in mind of the person that is reading the book. So let's jump into what we got to do. Books out here. Now is a platform. So if you have a memoir about the trials and tribulations in your life, and your goal is to help other women, I'm about to help you, CEOs. Here it is. If your goal is to help other women, and your book talks about your challenges, all your content that you put out should talk about how to get over those challenges. One more time. If your book is about the challenges you went through, all of your content needs to talk about how another person can get through the challenges. 5 steps, morning meditations, whatever it took for you to get through the challenge in this book. That's what you should be coaching on, teaching on, talking about, not the book. Everybody knows I have 3 books. Well, I have 5. I have 2 ebooks. I have 2 books of the Epic Collection, which means Elevate Potential to Ignite Change. And I have a 3rd book that's coming out in December. I am a leadership coach, CEOs. My books are about leadership coaching. Wake Up CEO is about leadership coaching. My TV network, CEO State of Mind Network, is about leadership. When I speak in rooms, I talk about leadership. When I do my free events, the free workshops, they are about leadership. Because all I want you to really understand, CEOs, is that I am a leadership coach. Those are the 7 streams of income. I want y'all to hear it. Those are the 7 streams of income that I'm going to take it all the way back. That the employer that was my investor helped me buy an asset that pays my bills and allows me the pleasure of talking with you guys at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. It affords me the opportunities to be able to get on stages and have great conversations. It allows me to do those things. Now, I'm going to take this all the way back to that employer. So I never saw the employer as a way to pay my bills. I saw that employer as a way to live the future life that I live today. So CEOs, let me explain. Remember what I said I'm a leadership coach of. Helping entrepreneurs get the mindset that is needed to grow their businesses, their careers, and ultimately your life. I'm not here as a person who has it all figured out. I'm here as a person who has that figured out. I'm not asking for accolades, CEOs. What I'm having a conversation about is how to get financially disciplined, because we're still on 2. But to get financially disciplined, you have to really get your mindset ready that your finances with that employer are not to pay the bills. Because then you're not managing your money. You're allocating your energy. That's a difference. You're not managing money. You're allocating energy. So if I'm allocating the energy that I get from the employer, I'm going to go there and be the best steward when I'm in at that company. When I see that employer as an investment, I become the best asset that company has. Let me tell you what that affords you. Promotions, which gets you more money that you can then use the energy to fund an asset. That's to fund a book project, to fund a new business, to buy into someone else's already established business. Equity partnerships within companies. Do you know how many restaurants out there that are looking for franchisees or are looking for a silent partner? I speak this to you guys, CEOs, because I want you to understand that the only avenues to invest are not real estate. The only avenues are not stocks and bonds. The assets that you can create are infinite, but it comes from what your financial discipline, which is your mind, sees and moves forward towards. So when we're spending with intention, that means all the money that comes our way, we're allocating that energy intentionally to assets that allow us to grow. I hope I didn't lose any CEOs there, because this is where financial discipline comes in. If you spend your time talking about other people's business, which is their assets, you're not growing the asset of your energy, which is money in this case, to build, grow, and develop your next assets. CEOs, I want to make sure that we clearly understand why I talk about mindset, because every mindset, every shift you make shifts you closer to where you want to be. That's why I'm talking about discipline that pays. We talked about personal discipline that pays. Now we just talk about financial discipline that pays. So I want y'all to stay locked in because we're going to be talking about next business discipline that pays. Because I want us to get to the bag, CEOs. But we only can get to the bag if we ready to get to the bag. Are you ready to get to the bag? Are you saying today is your day you're going to get to the bag? Are you saying today you're ready to be financially secure? Which means if you're looking for financial security, you need a mindset of financial liberation. Because financial liberation comes from understanding that your time makes money, your energy makes money, and getting caught in your feelings allows you to lose money. That you got to spend your money intentionally, which means you don't intentionally spend, you allocate accordingly. I hope y'all rocking with me. Y'all still with me. Because y'all still locked in. Somebody drop that in the chat. I'm locked in. Because if you're locked in, you'll be ready for what's next. Business discipline. So stay locked in right here on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio, where we already know it is what? More than radio. We're all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, #Poverty 6 Figures, they broke those mental chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com.
Say I'm possible. See you my life. See you like this.
We were forged in fire, but we didn't fade away. We turned the ashes into power. We built a brand new way. Pressure tried to break us, but it sharpened what we knew. We rose from what we lived through. Now we're walking in the truth.
Yeah.
We came from barely making it. We stepped in and we belong. And when we found our voice again, we turned it into song. Clarity in our vision. Now we finally see empowerment in our choices. We choose us intentionally. Ownership of our future. No more drifting in the dark. We don't wait for the moment. We become the spark.
E.P.I.C. Yeah, we rising. No more stars. No more waiting.
Breaking chains. Building legacies. Our purpose is
Activating.
freedom got GPS. We set the route we don't got. From ashes to empowerment. Now we show up as a CEO. Yes, dominating complacency. Level up, we won't retreat.
CEO of our life.
Every day we take a seat. We broke the chain link by link with a plan and a fight. Turn our pain into progress. Turned our struggle into life. Habits on habits. We don't fall, we don't quit. Yeah. We build wealth in our mindset. Now our life gotta fit. From survival to strategy, come on, baby, done. We don't chase the applause, we chase who we become. Elevate potential, we're rising by design. Heard purpose in our steps, now we're walking in a line. I ignite that in the fire, let it light up every lane. Changing our community, when we move, it won't be the same. E.P.I.C stands for elevate potential to ignite change. So we don't just dream it. We arrange it.
E.P.I.C. Yeah, we riding. No more slow, no more waiting.
Breaking chains, building legacies. Our purpose is
Activating.
freedom got GPS. We set the road we don't get. From ashes to empowerment. Now we show up as a CEO. Yes, dominating complacency. We level up, we won't retreat. CEO of our life. Every day we take the seat. Oh.
Out and moving to the greatness, realizing
My life. Okay, guys, we are back. So I want to talk a little bit about this poster real quick, because these are the supporters of the Freedom Has GPS movement. If you guys are not already locked in, Freedom Has GPS was on the go last week, and we were doing a Pop the Truck event. We will be doing more events over the next couple of weeks. Y'all get locked in. So let's talk a little bit about my supporters, because at the end of the day, let me show you how you guys put together a banner. So if you see this is an actual banner, guys, not just a poster. This banner is at my events, and it showcases the business who are already on support. Now, this QR code that is on here is a QR code for their business, not my business, but their business, because I believe in supporting differently. I don't support in ways of, hey, guys, do you want to be on my banner? That's not what I do. That's not how I enlist support. You guys got to excuse me a sec. All right. So that's not how I enlist people to want to support me. What I'm looking for on support is you say you in, thank you. You share my post, thank you. And I'm going to share yours. So at every event, I talk about that banner. So we're going to start from the corner. We have Lexi Couture of Couture Music. It's not the only thing she does. It's just one of the things that Lexi does. So get locked in with Lexi, with Alexis Couture. Guys, get locked in. I'm gonna drop that down here where y'all can get locked in with her at. Alexis. Guys, I'm telling you this is what I talk about support. Then we have in the other corner, we have Highly Productive Chicago. That is Sharice Sloan. So if you guys are not locked in and you're looking for promotion of your business on the World Wide Web, get locked in with Sharice Sloan. That is of Highly Productive Chicago. So as I say, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually promote. We're not gonna be on here half promote. We're gonna talk about promotion. Then below there, we have Prize Possession. They are a marketing and they are a branding and PR firm. Get locked in. Then we have on there CEO State of Mind Network. That is my network. I am supporting myself. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. If I'm not supporting me, then what are we doing? So CEO State of Mind Network is on the BHC Media app. You can download that on Roku, Fire TV, Apple, or Android. And I'm not done. We only got 7, so we're going to get through here. We have Juiced Up Jokes, powered by Stuckey's. That is D Woods. What she has is adult beverages and adult products, infused drinks and infused products. And she also has some that are not infused. Get locked in with D Woods. Guys, as I said, that when you are an individual who's legitimately working with people, and you're saying, hey, I want you to support, this is how you support them back. So I hope I set a standard. I don't want to be the exception. I want to set a standard. Standardly, this is how you promote. When somebody's on your banner, people should know who their business is. So we have Ms. Mina Media in the corner over here. Ms. Mina Media does marketing and promotions as well. Guys, get locked in. She also does hosting. She has a radio slot. She does commercials and all of those things to help your business grow. Get locked in. She is also on My Radio Chicago on Fridays. Same time frame. 3 to 5, you guys can get locked in with her. Get your commercial on there. Get a spin. Also, get your commercial made so you can put it on Wake Up CEO. Get locked in with Miss Mina Media. Then we have Cutie by Shariah. She sells lip gloss and sunglasses. Guys, I want y'all to understand that people that are supporting the movement are part of the movement. And the movement is freedom within yourself. Freedom on a mission, freedom moving you forward towards where you believe freedom is for you. I appreciate each of them that are on a mission. So I'm gonna drop it down here. Shariah, I want you guys to know. So Cutie by Shariah is a young lady who's been in business since she was 5 years old. So she's been in business since she was 5 years old. So she's been in business 6 years, selling lip gloss, sunglasses, kits that she's been selling at school. This young lady, she sold out of all her product days into her getting it. Before she could get more product, she had pre-orders. The young lady is in business, as I said, young lady. So adversity is not a deterrent. Adversity is a feather in your cap once you get past it. And this young lady has done just that. Then we have down there Stiletto Decor, if you guys are not already locked in. Shayna M. Jenkins of Stiletto Decor. She does interior design. Now, I know that some people think that interior design isn't for me. Do you know the size of your couch might be too big for your room? Are you wondering why you are having a hard time to maneuver around furniture in your space? Are you looking at a picture on your wall that doesn't really fit in and you're like, man, I don't have time to fix it? Shayna Jenkins just does just that. Locks in individuals into your spaces where your spaces are functional and allow you to function where you feel that positive energy in your space. So lastly, but definitely not least, we have BHC Black House Media. We already spoke about them earlier, but we're going to speak about them right now in the time of sponsorship and people who have sponsored the brand. Because as I said, when you are a sponsor of Freedom Has GPS, I'm promoting you everywhere I am. If I'm there, you're there. So that means you don't have to spend marketing dollars 5 or 6 times. You spend marketing dollars with Rachel L. Gary, Say I'm Possible Academy. Everywhere we are, you are. So I want y'all to get locked in. So now we into business discipline. And the reason why I started off this segment with talking about businesses, because business discipline is about following up consistently, creating content consistently, networking consistently, and serving your clients consistently. This is about making sure that you are being consistent in your messaging, consistent in your branding, consistent in who you are on an everyday basis, and making sure that you're at service of your clients. Guys, I'm gonna do a shameless free plug. So this weekend, if you are in the Chicagoland area, I am doing 2 workshops, one on Saturday, which is Structure to Success. This is a business workshop for entrepreneurs and individuals who are starting their business. On Sunday, I am doing high level leadership, where I'm actually talking about the steps that allow you to be a high functioning, highly structured leader within your organization. So you guys can get locked in. You can go to www.sayiampossible.com/events and get locked in and go ahead and sign up for those events. As I said, these events are completely free, but you must sign up. Go ahead to www.sayiampossible.com/events and get locked in. I'm going to drop it in the chat. How about we going to do that? So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can go ahead and get that in the chat. Because at the end of the day, this is what I'm talking about, CEOs. Are you in business everywhere you go? That's what we're about to talk about business discipline. Are you in business everywhere you go? Is everywhere you go a business opportunity? Do you see it as an opportunity to serve another individual? Because that's what we should be in business for. We should be in business to serve other individuals. Because if we're in business to just make money, we're in business for the wrong reasons. So if you haven't made any money from your business, I'm getting ready to tell you right in this segment why. Because we're not serving in the business. We're looking to be served. Oh, I know that hurt somebody. I'm sorry. Not sorry. So I want to make sure that we drop that down and that we talk about that real quick. When you're in business to serve another individual, that's when you help enough people. That's when you get what you want. So your business has to be of service. If you guys want to know more about this, as I said, I'm going to be talking about it on Saturday. When Structure to Success. Every month, I have 3 appearances that are at Chicago Public Libraries. Stay locked into www.sayiampossible.com/events to find out where the next one is. But don't miss the ones that are coming up. I dropped the Eventbrite links in the chats for you guys, so you can actually go right to those pages and go ahead and sign up. Because when we're talking about business discipline, follow up. What is your follow-up sequence? All right. You have someone that says they like your business. They love what you're doing. However, the follow-up sequence is they're like, okay, I want to work with you. Dead air for another month. You don't get back to them within 4 or 5 days. You have now lost that person's interest. So if I'm interested in what you got, I'm no longer interested in what you have. I want you guys to think of this. Think of it from this standpoint. If you walk in a restaurant and you place an order, you looked at the menu, you place an order, but you haven't paid yet. Some restaurants nowadays, you got to pay, guys. S2 is one of them. But their food is decent. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm just saying they're one of them. If you didn't pay for it yet, you get your food. You place your order. Somebody doesn't come back to your table for 30 minutes. An hour later, you still haven't gotten your food. What are you going to do next? You're going to get up and leave. That's just the same thing if someone says they want to do business with you and you have not followed up. If you meet someone at a networking event, but you didn't call them till 2 months later, they didn't forgot even why they gave you their business card. So when you're networking, you have to network with intention to follow up. My team gets on me, guys, because if we're in a location, the first thing I say is that, hey guys, can y'all send me everybody's numbers that you got while you were out? I personally email every single person that I met and got their business card. That doesn't mean I'm offering them a part of my business, but to me, if you don't stay top of mind, you're not on their mind. One more time, CEOs. If you don't stay top of mind, you're not on their mind. So you got to stay top of mind. So you want to make sure when you have a follow-up to your business, this is business discipline, that you put something in place that you can follow up on. How are you following up? Are you using a CRM? Are you using ManyChat that's out there? ManyChat, if you want to get locked in with me, I'll be talking about you right here on Wake Up CEO. If that's what you're looking to do, you want to make sure you have a follow-up sequence so your customer always feels seen and heard. This is because we're serving CEOs. I talk about this in plenty of videos. Go ahead, go to YouTube, go back and look at YouTube. You'll hear me. You'll see the video from a couple of weeks ago where I was on Wake Up CEO talking about how to serve and making sure we're serving correctly. I don't want to go into that and let's lose time on business discipline. When you're creating content, if you create content today and you don't create another piece for a week and you only have 200 followers, you're not allowing the algorithm to pick you up. Now, I'm not saying we have to flood the timeline. I'm not a marketing social media expert, but I do know for certain, if you call me on the phone today and you don't call me on the phone for another 2 weeks, I'm going to forget about you. And as a business owner, you don't want to be forgotten about. You want to be disciplined and aligned and making sure that you have a sequence in which you're getting your content out there. Value add content, CEOs. One more time, I want to make sure I say value add content. It's not always, hey, I got something for sale. 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 It's, hey, there's a problem that you might have in your business. Or, hey, if you're looking for a clothing brand that is for you, we'll use FUBU, for us, by us, and you making sure that it's appealing, you didn't just throw anything on a shirt and say, hey, this is for you. Or if you have a service where you're creating the shirts, you want to show why creating a shirt with you is different than creating with another. So your content must be relevant to that. So I'm gonna give a couple of examples. If you are a person who does DTF print a shirt, I'm one of these people, as you guys can see. I'd love to have DTF because DTF stays in your clothing a lot longer than just a heat transfer. These are different types of different types of ways to put designs on your clothing. And if someone came on there and they got the shirt in there, they just did a DTF, they shaking it in water, they're showing all the things, they put it in dry air, they put bleach on it, they do all this stuff, and it doesn't stay, it works. I'm like, I want to talk to them. I didn't tell them I was doing DTF at all. All I did is showed them what DTF can do. If you look at my social media, you're always going to hear me drop a gem. My reels are a gem. My reels are something that can be actionable in your business today. What I talk about on Wake Up CEO is about things that you put into your business today. I'm adding value. So I'm serving every time. Should I be serving all the time? Y'all ready for the CEOs? Should I be serving and not asking for the money? Absolutely not. You should also say you have a product, which means that your Facebook profile, your Instagram profile, your TikTok profile, your LinkedIn profile, your Threads profile, your Discord profile, anything that you have should always say what your business is and what you do. Because if someone liked your content and it was like, how do I work with them? And this is one of your value add videos, they should be able to get right back to you real quick. In my bio, it shows how to get in touch with me. It shows how to get to my website. It shows what deals I'm currently running, what promotions I'm currently running. All of that is in my bio. So if someone finds my content at midnight, 2:00 in the morning, 5:00 in the morning, they'll be able to get in touch with me. This is where you get discipline in your business, CEOs. Because there's a difference in your business of promoting, adding value, building your brand. I spent 3 years building a brand. Now I add value. I was always adding value, but now I'm intentionally make sure I add value. When I do a speaking engagement, I am adding value. When I'm asked to speak on panels, councils, if I'm on stages, in events, I'm adding value. When I work with corporations to help them streamline their processes or create new processes, I'm adding value. What value are you adding today? Because you got to ask yourself those questions, because this is how you discipline your business. And audit whether your value adds are working. And I say add with ADD, not ads as in putting Facebook ads or boosting a post. Because you want to make sure that while you're adding value and you're looking for your ideal customer, that you do your R&D, research and development, that you actually do some market research your competitors. You're not researching your competitors so you can find out their prices. You're researching your competitors so you can understand your market. Because your brand might be a brand in the market, and you might think that everything you offer is brand new. But it's because you're looking at it through a bird's eye view. You're looking at this much of a full world. So you want to make sure you do your market research and your research and development. These are just things, business disciplines. I want to set us up as CEOs, not just entrepreneurs, not just small businesses. Those were just names that were used to want us to still play small. We're business people. You have a business entrepreneur. You have a small business owner. You have a business side hustle. Those are all businesses on different levels, different calibers, but they are businesses. If you have a book out there, you're an author, you're in business. If you're a person that plays sports professionally, you're in business. If you're a rapper, you are in business. Let me explain what all of that means. You're selling you. Never forget it. Never forget what I just said right then. You are selling you. Not on the corner, but you're selling you on social media. You're selling you when you have a conversation. So that's why I said in the previous segment where we were talking about your disciplines, if you're selling you all the time, you have to be who you say you are all the time. You don't get no days off from being true to you. I want y'all to hear that one more time, CEOs. You don't get no days off to be true to you. And if being true to you is getting you where you want to be, then you are definitely in the right place. But if it's not, let's figure out within ourselves what needs to be cultivated, changed, grown, and harvested so you can be the best version of you and get to where you're trying to go. I just remember Wake Up CEO is all about reminding the CEO and you how to be clear, how to be empowered, and how to own. I want you just to have what you want out of life. Just give you tips on how to get there. So I want to leave the business discipline with this. Business growth is often boring. R&D is boring. Market research is boring. Follow-up sequences are boring. Setting up a school environment, that's boring. I got to set mine up this weekend, guys. Well, not this weekend. Today, I'll be working on my school community. And those are boring things. This is exciting. It's exciting to come on Wake Up CEO and talk about businesses. It's exciting for me to go on stage and talk about businesses. It's exciting for me to do quick videos about business. So when people sit around and say that, hey, I saw you, I went to an event on Saturday and 5 people walked up to me and said they knew who I was. They were like, CEO and me. They didn't know my name, but they knew my phrase. To me, at the end of the day, guys, that's what it's all about. That means my brand is hitting home. I am who I say I am. When they met me out there, I was the same person. If I was in a grocery store, I'm the same person. Walking down the street, I'm the same person. I don't transform overnight into I'm not a transformer over here. But you got to be who you say you are, because it'll be those moments when you get caught walking to the store, when you get caught, and I say caught for the people who are faking who they are, or not living authentically in their true self, or not living in their God consciousness, or who are not living in their elevation. That's what I'm talking to. Because when you elevate, you're elevated mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Elevate. I'm in the gym. I've been in the gym for the last 2 months. I be in the gym. I'm working out. Big belly got to go. I done lost 10 pounds. Now, why did I say something about weight? I want y'all to hear me. Because how does that play into business discipline, financial discipline, and personal discipline? Because losing weight is part of the identity that I portray for myself. I don't do anything because of external forces. I do everything because of my internal self-worth, my internal self-esteem, my internal self-discipline, and my internal self-care. Because the second you start worrying about things external of you, you're concerned about you're concerned about other people's opinions, and you're negating the only opinion that matters, yours. I just paused for a minute, CEOs, let that sink in. Are you locked in with you? Because how you show up for you, remember this is how we started. How you show up for yourself is how you show up for your finances. It's how you show up for your business. And now we're about to jump into your leadership discipline. Oh, we full gambit here, because we're talking about the discipline that pays. We had Sharice Sloan in the building, guys. If y'all are not already locked in, we already talked about Highly Productive Chicago. She is the promoter who promotes your business, whether you have a business, if you're an artist, or you're an author like myself. She is the official promoter of Freedom Has GPS. Get locked in. Full circle. Absolutely. Because when we are only working on part of ourselves, it's okay. Because if you're working on yourself and you're really putting in the work, you're really moving into that mindset, other things will follow. As I started being more in line with myself mentally, I started getting more in line with myself emotionally. I started getting more in line with myself financially. I started getting more in line with myself physically. It's all a full circle moment. Are you looking at the circle, or are you looking at it as it's linear, as in you have to start at a point to get to another point? You start at a point and you start going around and you'll hit everything. That's why it's a full circle moment. Tracy says, wow, this is phenomenal. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you for locking in with me today and dropping those comments out there. As everybody comes in this live, guys, I know we only got 30 minutes left. Share the live. You want other people in your circle thinking the same things you're thinking, because that's how your circle expands in positivity. I had a conversation with a friend earlier, and she reminded me, hey, I thought we was being positive today. I don't want to hear about the negative past. She was right. I calmed down. And then I said, it's still going on though. Can we stop the past from being repeated? Because if we're still doing it, it's still present. So I just wanted to remind her from that standpoint. She said, I'll give you $1 million. This was worth my time. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Because that's what it's about, CEOs. If you would give your time to it, would you give money to it? And if you're giving money to it, is it going to help you make money? Because I know that the stuff I talk about on Wake Up CEO is going to make you some money. Let's get to that cha-ching chang. So let's get to this leadership discipline, guys. I got a short time to give a whole lot of thoughts. Y'all ready? Leading by example. I want you to understand what I'm about to say, CEOs. I tell this to parents all the time. So if you're a parent, I want you to take a moment. Your children are not listening to what you say. Your children are watching what you do. One more time, parents. Your children are not listening to only what you say. They're paying way more attention to what you do. So if you're looking to change the behavior of your children, you have to be more conscious of the behavior you display for your children. I'm gonna give a statement to you guys. How many times have you told your children don't lie? How many times, we all been out there. How many times you told your children don't lie? But then when someone calls on your phone, you say you're not there. Or you say this not that person. So you told your kid not to lie, but then you lied. Then you explain, I didn't really want to talk to them. Your kid is not discerning. And I want you to hear this again, CEO, neither are you. When you tell yourself a lie, whether it's small or large, your brain heard a lie, which means you can't be trusted. I'm a mic drop that. If you can't be trusted, you can't be trusted with a plan for the future. This is why you're leading by example. You can trust that everyone is going to do what they want to do. Why not do the things that move you forward successfully and make you an example for your family? Make you the example for another business. I just told you guys a couple of moments ago, I'm going to put this up one more time so we can talk about it just real quick, that I want to be the outlier that does this. I've never seen it done before. And if someone else has done it, great. That means we had two great ideas and we're going to promote people correctly. Those are the supporters for the Freedom Has GPS movement. We talked about that already. However, what I'm saying is that when I told those businesses that they were supporting me, and that supporting me means that whenever I go somewhere, I'm going to talk about their brand, I'm going to do just that. Now, there are higher support packages where they get featured on the website. They get featured on other promotional material that we send out. They get featured on newsletters and all of those things. Yes, they're higher promotional plans, but if you at the very lowest promotional plan, I think without a shadow of a doubt, you get a mention. That when the backdrop is hung up and I'm not standing there, someone can scan the code and find out about your business. I'm setting the standard, CEOs. I lead by example. When I say I'm supporting businesses, that's what I mean by supporting businesses. I'm supporting the endeavors of their business's growth because they supported the endeavor and growth of mine. Reciprocal. I am who I say I am. And to say I am, I be, do, and have the life that I say I want. Which means I live congruently with myself. This is what we have to say to ourselves, CEOs. When you're leading by example, are you living congruently with the life in which you want to lead? Are your actions matching your desires? Are your desires matching your messaging? Is your messaging matching your outcomes? Because if you're not aligned, leading by example, those are the things that are disjointed within your business. Hold yourself accountable, CEOs. This is about leadership disciplines. Hold yourself accountable. Are you making the money or not? Are you promoting or not? Are you following up or not? Are you setting up funds or not? Are you investing in your future or not? Because if you watch a Wake Up CEO, you already know that the norm needs to be destroyed and that you are now the new outlier of your better tomorrows. And you got to maintain the standard, CEO. My standard is to be extraordinary. My standard is not to be good. It is not to be great. It's to be extraordinary. I spent months after I leave Wake Up CEO listening to my show back in my car as I drove home. It takes me usually an hour and 20 minutes to get home. So I fast forward the commercials and I go ahead and I listen to me speak. Did I convey my message? Was I engaging? Did I remember to speak about the people who were speaking in the comments? Did I acknowledge individuals that I was supposed to acknowledge? This is not me beating myself up. It's holding myself accountable to the standard I set for myself. My standard is to always be extraordinary. So I was having a conversation with Blizz before I came in, and I asked him, so what my intentions are the fourth Wednesday of the month to have a business networking event at the station where you guys get to come on air and talk about your business. We'll have a networking event where I'll be doing a quick workshop out there with businesses before. Then we'll come in here and do interviews with the businesses, talk about their brand, let them ask me a question about their business, and I give on-the-spot coaching right then, right there. This is for all the people out there who say I use ChatGPT. Guys, it's funny. But as I told, you guys have to go back about a month or so to hear about the ChatGPT thing. I have someone out there who's saying that I do all my stuff on ChatGPT. And I said, ask me a question about business right here now. I challenged her online. I said, ask me a question about your business right here and now. I'm right now, I am interviewing publicists for my brand. Me and the publicist was on the phone. I won't say which one. Me and the publicist were on the phone. We're having a conversation. Great conversation. She was telling me about her business. And I said, she was like, you got the 30-second pitch nailed. I told her I appreciate her. I said, thank you. She was telling me about her business. I said, do you mind some coaching? I always ask somebody who is not my mentee, do they mind me coaching? because I naturally want to help people. So I always want to lend my opinion. But because I'm a conscious individual, I know that my opinion is not always warranted. So if my opinion is not always warranted, I wait and ask the question. She said, sure. So I, right then and there, gave her a 30-second pitch about how to pitch her business very quickly. I did it in under 20 seconds. Now, it wasn't the pitch. It was the fact that I listened to what she said. I took 1 minute or less. It was less than a minute, and took a breath and gave her how she could deliver her pitch in a way that was concise, clear, got the point across to another person. And they understand what she actually offers. As I've said before, when you are who you say you are, this is why you're leading by example. When you are who you say you are able to do the things you do at any point in time. I am who I say I am every day. So starting next month, so at the end of the month in July, guys, get ready. You can sign up for it. The link is going to drop on the 1st of the month, where you guys can sign up for the mixer here at the radio station from 2:30 to 3:30. We'll be doing a workshop where you guys can talk, you guys can network, talk about your businesses. Then we're going to be on the air from 3:30 to 5 talking about your businesses. If you guys can't make it to Chicagoland area and you're still watching me on live, go ahead and drop in the comments that you want to be brought on air. And what I'll do is I'll send you the link, bring you on air, and you get to ask a question about your business live on the air, and we'll talk about it right then and there. Now, will I have answers for all businesses? Maybe not. I had to laugh a little bit because it's very rare I don't have an answer. But if I do not, I promise I will get back to you before the end of the show, because some things are more complex and I have to think them out a little bit more. I have like a natural computer, guys. It's just, I read so much in my lifetime. As I said, I read between 104 to 120 books a year. And it's usually on a particular subject. So every year I try to become a master. It takes 10,000 hours to become a master of a subject. So I try to put in my reps of 10,000 on anything I'm doing to make sure I am a master. Remember, my goal for myself is always to be extraordinary. If my goal is always to be extraordinary, I always do extraordinary things to make sure that I'm reaching my goal. Tracy dropped in. She said, woo, I say that all the time. I'm a child of God. I don't know anything about mediocrity. I'm built for extraordinary. What? Come on, Tracy. I'm leaving that statement up. Because, I mean, I don't know who's swimming in the mediocrity. I just don't want to be in that pond. So if there's a pond of mediocrity somewhere, I want to make sure, because there's plenty of fishing. There's plenty of fishing and fish being caught at the bottom. But it's so hard to catch a fish in the ocean. I want y'all to ponder on that for a second. So as we wrapping it up, leading by example, holding yourself accountable, and maintaining your standards. Continue growth, CEOs. That's how you have leadership discipline. Continually grow. Be open that you don't have all the answers. Be open that you only live this much of life. You are one of 8 billion people on the planet. You don't have all the answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 799 billion other people have some of the answers that you're looking for. Be open for another individual to give you some information that will help you grow. Y'all know we about growth on Wake Up CEO. I don't know about all this other stuff. So I want to talk one more thing, and then we're gonna jump into the leadership 3-point play. Now I'm gonna take somebody from the headlines. So this is somebody from the headlines and I call it CEO in the headlines. So everybody knows right now the NBA the Warriors the Thunder just won. Okay. So who was the MVP? So we had Mr. Alexander, who was the MVP of the NBA championship. I want y'all to hear this good. Most people only see the championship. They see the MVP trophy. They see the interviews of his greatness. They hear all of the recognition for how good Shai really is. What you don't see, CEOs, the thousands of practice shots, the early mornings, the film study, the consistency when nobody was watching him, the repetition of his frameworks. The reason why we're talking about this, CEOs, is because your leadership is all about the habits that Shai repeated long before anyone called him an MVP. I want you guys to think about that. When you are looking at stars, or when you're looking at someone get a trophy, or when you're looking at someone win, you are a winner too. And when you are a winner too, you put in the reps. You do the practices. You set yourself up for success. You study your business. You get the fundamentals of business. Then you shoot your shot several times until your shot lands you the MVP. The most valuable player in your life, CEOs, is you. Don't let anyone else tell you different. Because as long as you are the most valuable player in your story, in your business, in your endeavors, you'll treat yourself like the most valuable player. Put up your trophy and get to work to earn the right. One more time, to earn the right to call yourself a CEO. Earn the right to show up by showing up every day. Now we're gonna jump into that leadership 3-point play at the end, guys. So I took that from headlines because it plays so well into what we were talking about today. So let's hit that leadership 3-point play by Say I'm Possible Academy. So wait, we gotta get me all set up here because you know I gotta do it right. So we're gonna hit that leadership 3-point play that's powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. Play 1, discipline creates trust. Play 2, discipline creates freedom. Play 3, discipline creates legacy. So get locked in by being trustworthy, trusting you with you, building your lanes of freedom by understanding you are the asset that builds other assets. And make sure that you always are ready to leave a legacy. The legacy is who you are when no one is watching. Guys, this has been another amazing Wake Up CEO. I had the pleasure to talk to individuals in the chat like Tracy. I appreciate you, Tracy, for coming in with me. Sharice Sloan, who checked in with me. Trish Johnson, who checked in with me. I want to make sure at the end of the day we talk about it. Leah Kelly, who checked in with me. I want to say Dr. Carolyn Stevens, who checked in with me. Unapologetic Noble, who checked in with me. And many others that it won't let me get to. I appreciate every single person who locks in with me every single week on my radio, Chicago. And Wake Up CEO is just for you. It's to wake up the individual that's inside of you who's getting clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. So until next week, right here on Wake Up CEO, where I will have the pleasure to be with Ebony Hines, where we're going to be talking about insurance. Guys, y'all ain't ready. One more time. Insurance Uncensored. I want to make sure you guys get locked in. Stay focused on being the best version of you, because the best version of you is waiting. Until next week, be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week right here on Wake Up CEO. We are all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, #Poverty Six Figures, They Broke Those Mental Chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com.
Saying possible, possible.
Freedom has GPS.
Freedom has GPS.
Rachel L. Gary. Rachel L. Gary.
Yeah. We've been riding in circles, same stress, same scene, trying to find peace while we're chasing a dream. Then Rachel L. Gary put the map in our hands. Now it's clarity on the dash. We got plans on plans. Boundaries on lock, no details for the doubt. If it don't match the mission, we routing it out. Purpose in the pedal, we don't wait on the sign. CEO of our life, watch the whole thing align. We set the destination. We move with intention. No more drifting. We chose the vision.
We chose the vision. He made rapper ad-lib. Freedom has GPS, so we set it and we go. Yeah, Rachel L. Gary in the map, yeah, she rocking a roll. Let's go! Love, time, peace, and family, yeah, that's the goal. CEO of our life, now we taking control. No more stuck, no more someday, we got something to prove. Freedom has GPS, now watch the whole movement move. We be up, out and moving, yes, but out and moving to the greatness that